Books, of course, take time to print, and so even though I just got this one today, it's already out of date. I wanted to finish by reading you a small part of a long poem, which is not in any book yet. It is, I suppose, a love poem. That bug zoo that I will mention is a very important place to me. I have learned a great deal about lovemaking from watching those leaf crickets. They have great patience. And they're disguised as leaves. That's why they're called leaf crickets. They are disguised, in fact, as wilted leaves because the animals who come around and eat leaves don't like wilted leaves, and so it's better to be disguised as a wilted leaf than as a good deal together. So this is part of a poem called Stopping By. I do not know whose woods these are. I bought them from a man who said he owned them, but I only have to be here long enough to take a breath, and then it's clear he did not own them, nor do I. What is it possible to own? The woman who says to me in the darkness, I'm your woman, you're my man, is speaking, I'm sure, of belonging rather than owning. There is only so much owning you can do, I think, before it turns against you. Yet we marry one another every day, that woman and I. It's what we do. It's who we are. You know, it's taken us our lives to get this clear. You know, it's what our lives were for. Suppose we married forests, rivers, mountains, valleys, grasslands, hills. Suppose we married rocks and creeks and trees. Suppose we married them over and over every day. Suppose we also did this knowing they will change, and so will we. And we will die, and so will they. Suppose we married the world itself, in spite of the fact, or because of the fact that whatever is real is always barely coming into view or going away. You might remember what it says in Snyder's poem, the land belongs to itself. No self, it says, in self, no self in things. How else could anywhere be home? But let's begin with something less. The land belongs. That's all. It just belongs. Could it belong to us? I do not think it does or ever has. Could we belong to it? I do not think the land will ever buy us. And I do not think we ought to sell ourselves or that we ought to be for sale. But if we gave ourselves away, do you suppose the land would take us? Another way to put that might just be, do we belong? I want, of course, to say we do, except I know the way things are, it isn't true. The way we are, we don't belong. We're passing by, we're passing through. That's how things are this afternoon here in the woods. I do not own here in the world. I understood a good deal better before I